So again, I need 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 particles for each of the following substance. Let's proceed to the first one. We have 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 particles of H2O. Again, we have the moles. This is the bridge between the mass and then the number of particles. So we have the number of particles. Let's convert this one first to the number of moles, then from the number of moles to the mass. We have first the number of moles, that is from the particles of H2O to the number of moles of H2O. 1 mole of H2O is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 particles. Then from this, we have 1 mole of H2O. It's always equal to 18.02 grams of H2O. So cancel ang particles, cancel ang mole. What's left is the mass, which is in grams of H2O. And then let's solve this one. We have 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23. That is times 18.02 divided by 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. We have 3.29. So this one is 3.29 grams of H2O. Then again, next we have hexane 1.10, also 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 particles of C6H14. And then the same thing, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 particles of C6H14, 1 mole of C6H14. Then we have moles of C6H14 to the mass, grams of C6H14. The molar mass is equal to 86.06 grams. Again, we have 1.16, 1.10 rather, 1.10 times 10 to the power of 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 times 86.06. Sorry, that's 1.10. It's wrong. 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 times 86.06, then divided by 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. We have 15.7 grams of hexane. Then lastly, we have the magnesium sulfate, or 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 particles of magnesium sulfate. So again, particles of magnesium sulfate to 1 mole of MgSO4, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. Then from the number of moles of magnesium sulfate to the mass, we have magnesium SO4. 1 mole is equal to 120.38. So we have the grams of magnesium sulfate. 1.10 times 10 to the power of 23 times 120.38 divided by 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 is equal to 22.0. So again, to prepare equal number of particles of each substance, you must prepare 3.29 grams of H2O 15.7 grams of C6H14, and 22.0 grams of MgSO4. So again, even though they have different number of mass, they have equal number of particles.